Hello and welcome to the reading of Odin's Raven Spell Song. Obviously, I did not write this poem. It has existed long before me, and there are many different versions of this poem and many different translations. And I'm reading to you today the one that I find to be the most beautiful one, and also the most true translation, because it gets deeper into the meaning of the words, and it translates the meaning of the names, for example, that are being used. So it's quite special, and this is the translation by Maria Quillhaug, and I will leave a link to her website. Okay, so cheers to Odin's Raven Spell Song. All-Father knows how to distinguish the elves, and Vanir know, and the Norns will show. The oldest of the giantesses steering the ages, giants carry them, Valkyras yearn. The intentions of the gods are difficult riddles. You want to throw heaviness to the runes. Origin is charged with the Origin is charged with hiding the meat of poetry. I manage to use the greatest part. Thus the soul roars looking for the other, the doubts of humanity, a harm if you postpone. Meaning is the heavy dreams of desiring. Dreams seem to be the self-illusion of death. With the mutilated ones, the lazy ones, the worlds fit down to the down-sinking of illusion. Often did the all-burner fall, descending. Often he yearns after the fall. I just want to make a little comment. In this translation it says, with the mutilated ones. The mutilated ones, in other translations of this poem, it will talk about the dwarfs, because the old Icelandic Norse word for dwarf actually means mutilated one. So this is what I meant when I said this kind of translation gets deeper into the meaning behind the word. Okay, go on. It is never eternal, neither earth nor metal. The air by law may not cure against the streams. Toward the lands that are hidden in the well of memory, to be a kingdom of knowledge. Do you know enough now, or what? There dwells in the valleys a knowledge-hungry goddess. This seed of Yggdrasil sinks down the ash. She is of elfkin, Her name is Returning One. Returning One is Idun, and Idun is the goddess who is also the keeper of the apples. And she gives one of these apples to the gods every day, and that keeps them young. The oldest of the inner rulers, the youngest child. It was difficult to use the descent to the high tree below, hanged to the gallows. He could sit down with the kin of night's father, hoping to be of nourishment to the worlds. The sea of the victorious gods is grieving for a woman. Wed to the holy shrine are the skins of greed wolves. They let themselves go, they changed their mind's nature, leaking towards falseness. But a small transformation. The expander caused the unhappy fate of shivering voices. The expander, for example, is Vidir. Vidir is another name for Odin. And Vidir means the expander. The expander caused the unhappy fate of shivering voices. It resounds from the south. They are asking by the entrance the testimony of the meaning of the worlds. Where is that known? Bragi and Loki carried the song. Bragi is a son of Odin and also a god of poetry. And Loki is the trickster god, who is a blood brother of Odin. Okay, go on. They sang spell songs and carved up magic. Rulers and lords against the house of the world. Odin listens in his opening shelf. He lets the road be a long journey. Distant from wisdom, from the woman who offers the magical drink, from the challenges of the gods and their ways, from the lights of heaven and of hell, from the world if it knew time of origin, time of living, time of age. Yeah. So they ask the woman. But she wouldn't tell them. Okay. Close by the soul was speaking. Close by the assembly spoke. They grasped the giving lady. Close by the battle resounded. The tear of the loss freshens up in the earth. The courage, wrapped up, falls out free again. From the east came likewise the waves of the ages, a thistle from the field of the frost-cold giant, the one that kills kings. Death honors everyone across the middle world. Night is the weight of everyone. Deeds become quiet then. Hands fall down. Soaring over the senselessness is the white sword god. They spring witlessly, but the winds of the giantesses calm down the vibrations and seek towards wholeness. It often seemed to earth women who had come among gods that sorrow was increasing. Always the riddle of responsibility. The pain became greater because the seeing was present. Still, with the soul in the middle, the talking worked. The first speaker traveled, asked about the guardian of the road with the resounding horn of the ruler. The kinsmen of giantesses had teachings to support. The bard of the hidden one guarded the land. Bragi. The wolf of friendliness they took, the servants of Expander. The old user's soul. There they both move within movement. Sing to the gods of the old one's gifts during the ecstasy of the drink. The healing of the hanged god, the near fortune of the gods, the honor of the high seat rules with both. Luck with a drink to sit among gods, always with the child of the young one to own charm. Sitting on benches by harm doers' counsel, the helmet of sea burner, the fall back of the slow. The Valkyria by the eating table, the meat cauldron of the pushing one, food of the middle to the drinking horn of memory. Many great tidings are revealed by that table. The great world spurs the gods into action. The stone altars of low-key prophecies and wise words to the woman if she felt it. In the middle time forward, the lessons of the age, all the lessons of the age are darkening. The word was accused of having no intention, too little fame, complaining too common to come into form, so that the woman answered the riddle. The howling sound answers, and all are listening. The howling sound, Omi, Omi, and Omi is also another name for Odin. So this is also Odin, the howling sound answers. Odin, the spirit. And all are listening. Night will strike for 9 more councils. Thoughtful in the morning is everyone who manages to add counsel to honor of the gods. Streaming with the voices was the mother of the rejecter. The teachings of fathers in the world of greed. They went from the feast, the gods, and they spoke. Odin and Frigg traveled faster than the moon's horse. And in another translation, Odin, he is actually there's another name used that is also another name of Odin, Chopta or Chopta, and this means the sage or the wise man. So Odin, in his or the part of Odin that is the wise man, and Frigg, who is his wife. And Frigg, the meaning of the name Frigg is the story, saga. So the wise man and the story traveled faster than the moon's horse. So they were out of there. Okay. The sixth son of dawn rode forth the steeds. That's day. The jewel of the ocean is by the human world. With a glowing mane the horse drew the sun, she the lover of hibernation. So, after it got freezing cold and dark and everybody put down their hands and the white sword god killed everything, the sun comes up again. Day, Delling sun, the sixth son of dawn, rises again. Yeah. Okay. The countries of magic staffs in the northern end. The tree of origin puts down roots. You created with disturbance, causing the giantesses, giants, the dead, dwarves, and elves to go to rest. The giants fall back, and elf wheel is streaming up north towards misty hail. The elf wheel is the sun. There up there, the teachings of the resounding river of hail. Down are wolf runes. The blowing of the horn of the mountain of heaven is causing this. So, the sun came back. Humanity survived, but the gods and the elves, the giants and the dwarves and the dead, they went to rest because we disturbed them. So, but they're up there, the teachings of the resounding river of hail. So, if we learn to listen to those teachings, maybe the gods will come back. And maybe some of us have already found them. So, yeah, good luck and thank you for listening.